What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick10. Before I get too deep in this video, I just want to send out two thank yous. One to Killzone 4190 and one to Treasy 504. These are two of the most informative, influential guys in the gaming universe on YouTube. Check them out if you haven't seen them. They're very popular. They're great. Well, both of them gave me shout outs in a couple of their last videos. Treasy, you can send him a message, get your page going, he'll give you a shout out. Killzone put up like a list of 10 people on one of his last videos of people that he really enjoyed and liked watching throughout 2009, and I was on that list. That means a lot to me. A lot of other good people, good YouTubers were on that list. So go to that video, Killzone 4190, Treasy 504, check them out. Very good. I'm just trying to get my page up and going, trying to get a lot of channel views, subscribers, and whatnot. So to get shout outs from two of the best here on YouTube means a lot to me. So thank you guys. The video, 2010, man. We're here, baby. Gonna be a lot of games coming out. Whereas in 2009, a lot of the games, big games, were exclusives. 2010 looks like it's gonna be a lot of multiplayer games. There's going to be some serious exclusives coming out, but a lot of the big games will be multiplayer. Got a lot of games coming out, good games. Mass Effect 2, Mag. A lot of games people are excited about. Last Guardian, Heavy Rain, Halo Reach. But those games aren't going to win Game of the Year, guys. They're going to be great games. Don't get mad. They're not. There's some games you are going to be excited about that are not going to get the Game of the Year. Don't get mad, because Lord knows there's going to be a lot of games that I buy this year that are not going to be Game of the Year. Too close? Too creepy? Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll stay back here. Be a lot of games I'm excited about that aren't going to get Game of the Year. But I'm going to give you 4 games that need to be on your must-watch list for 2010 Game of the Year. These are going to be early candidates for 2010 Game of the Year. I got 4 right now that we know of. You guys want them? Okay, I'm going to give them to you. Number 1, Red Dead Redemption. Let me tell you why Red Dead Redemption is going to be, should be on your must-watch list for 2010. It's a sequel, if you don't know, to a game, last-gen game called Red Dead Revolver, which was really an arcade-style Quentin Tarantino-esque game. This one, Red Dead Redemption, looks like it's going to be more realistic. But they're Old West. They're Old West cowboy games, which like cowboy Old West to video games like Will Smith to romantic comedies. Like that part of that era of our nation, the Old West, is like perfect for video games. But there's not a whole lot of Old West cowboy games. Will Smith is like built for the romantic comedy genre, but he's only in like one that I can think of. But you know, Will Smith. But I'm just saying. Red Dead Redemption looks really good. The graphics look good. It looks. I'm a sucker for good stories and a sucker for good set pieces. I love good stories in games and good set pieces. This game is really developing the story in the trailers, and it looks like it's going to have some really good set pieces. So it's made by Rockstar, so you know it's going to have a high production quality, and you know it's going to be, how do I say this, long. Okay, Rockstar's games are always long, but you know, if they were short, we'd be complaining if they were too short. So whatever, looks great. Red Dead Redemption, keep an eye out for it. I think it comes out April. Number 2, BioShock 2. Now, BioShock 2 is a sequel to BioShock, which was a lot of people's Game of the Year winner. BioShock was real big. It was a 360 exclusive, and it was such a good game, in fact, that they took it over to PS3 and to broaden the appeal. I didn't buy it. I rented it. And I don't rent a whole lot of games, but I really want to play it. The story grabbed me. Really dug the story. But the game, not so much. If you loved it, that's awesome. There were millions of people that loved it. I hope you loved it. If you loved it, then you've got a great sequel to look forward to. Not my style of game. I love first-person shooters, but I just didn't grab any story did. I hear they're making a movie about it. I would love to see it because the story was really good. Bioshock 2, uh, early candidate for 2010 Game of the Year. Number 3, God of War 3, automatic. Looks excellent. Okay, Shwing. Sorry. Um, I'm really excited for God of War 3. I played the demo on PS3 and it is disgustingly sick. It is just off the hook good. Okay, it's going to be. I have really high expectations for God of War 3. I hope it's as good as I think it's going to be. Now, I'm a God of War fan, but I didn't play the first two God of Wars till years after they had been out, and I was so impressed by them. They're great games. Kratos is a bamf. He's a cool character. Great story. Really looking forward to God of War 3. So and that comes out in March. So pre-order that bad boy right now. Number 4, guys. Um, this one, not a lot of people may agree with, but I'm gonna tell you why. I think it should be. I think it's gonna slide in. I think it's gonna end up on a lot of Game of the Year nomination cards. I think it's gonna be, a lot bigger than. I think it's gonna be a hit. I think as far as Game of the Year goes, I think it's gonna be a sleeper in there. I think it's gonna slide right in there to Game of the Year nominations. That's Dead Space 2. Now, just hold on a second. Let me explain myself. Uh, PlayStation 3 guys. Do you remember when you were playing Uncharted Drake's Fortune? You were like, why is nobody playing this game? Nobody's playing this. Why? This game is crazy good. Why is no one playing this game? And then like a year later, people started playing it. It's kind of like a word of mouth type thing, and then finally people started playing it. Same thing with Dead Space. Although both games sold like over 2 million copies, it wasn't right away. Dead Space kind of was a word of mouth game. After like a year after it had been out, then people had started playing it more and more and more and talking about it. Both games, although Dead Space came out a year after Uncharted 1, both games did come out during the holiday season, and they kind of flew underneath the radar because there was an onslaught of games come out during the holiday. You know this, I know this. Um, so they kind of got lost in the shuffle. But Dead Space, it came out in '08. Uncharted 1 came out in '07. Now, Uncharted 2 came out in 2009. What did Uncharted 2 do? Besides win Game of the Year, it added 3-player co-op and multiplayer. What's Dead Space 2 doing? It's adding 3-player co-op and multiplayer. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe Visceral Games just has seen that it has worked in other games and they're giving gamers what they want. Uncharted was I feel like it was a real good game. And then Naughty Dog said, you know what? Let's step it up. Let's just make a Game of the Year. I feel that's what Visceral's doing. Dead Space was their first outing, kind of a little branch off of EA, kind of like a small group of guys made a game. And I think they're going to go into Dead Space 2 going, let's turn some heads, let's do this. So I think Dead Space 2, watch out. The thing about Dead Space 1 is the story's good. If you're not familiar with it, it's a survival horror game where you're a maintenance man with some cool weapons on a starship out in deep space. And when aliens are overrunning the ship, and you gotta take them down. So it's got a good story. It's not great, but it's good. But the thing about it, they've got a real good story, a good core story to build on. There's actually a Blu-ray that came out, Dead Space. It's a prequel to the game, so you can watch it and get amped up. And it even adds even more to the story. So it's a good universe at Dead Space, and I think Dead Space 2 is going to be going to turn a lot of heads and really shake some things up. Guys, that's what I got, man. Rate me, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Did you not think one of the games that I said, one of the 4, is going to be a Game of the Year nomination? I think they got to be early candidates. Did I miss one? You think, hey, Bab, you missed this one. Don't get me wrong. There are some games that I am excited about in 2010, but I don't think they're going to be Game of the Year. And they may be the game I enjoy the most all year, just because. But as far as Game of the Year goes, and Game of the Year means a lot. It means a lot. It's a big deal. It doesn't mean it's going to be your favorite game of the year, but I'm just saying I give you 4 games to keep an eye out on. So message me, guys. And guys, when I say message me or send me a friend, but you really don't want her to call you. I do want you to message me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what some of your favorite parts of my your favorite part of my videos. What's your favorite part of my videos? And what's that? Oh, you like the end? Well, I'm like subscribe and oh, the end. You like the end.